There is a single building in New York that holds the keys to almost every company you buy from. When you wake up, when you drive to work, when you buy groceries, and when you check your phone, you are interacting with an empire that doesn't have its name on a single storefront. They don't make products, they don't build factories, they make something much more powerful. They make Aladdin, an artificial intelligence that manages more wealth than the GDP of most continents combined. Welcome to the world of BlackRock. This isn't just an asset management firm, it is the operating system of global capitalism. And if you think you're an independent investor, I've got some news for you. You're just a passenger on Larry Fink's private jet, and you don't have a seat in the cockpit. The rise of BlackRock is the story of the death of the active market. For decades, the smart money tried to pick winners and losers. Then came the era of passive investing, the idea that you should just buy the whole index. BlackRock became the king of this movement. By controlling trillions of dollars through ETFs and pension funds, they became the largest shareholder in nearly every major corporation on the S&P 500. From big tech to big pharma, from energy giants to the food on your table, BlackRock is the silent partner in the room. But they don't just hold the shares, they use them to influence global policy through something called ESG. They aren't just investing your money, they are using it to engineer the society they think you should live in. But the real heart of the empire isn't the money, it's the data. Aladdin, asset, liability, debt, and derivative investment network isn't just a piece of software. It's a global brain. It tracks every trade, every risk, and every movement in the financial universe. Aladdin isn't just watching the market, it's predicting your next purchase before you even think of it. It's analyzing the risk of entire nations and deciding which ones get funded and which ones get starved. When the Federal Reserve needed to stabilize the economy in 2020, they didn't call the government, they called BlackRock. They essentially handed the keys to the printing press to a private firm because only Aladdin had the map to the maze. This level of centralization is unprecedented in human history. We've moved from a market of millions of competing voices to a market where one algorithm makes the final call. This isn't just about finance, it's about the total capture of the economic feedback loop. When the same entity owns the bank, the oil company, and the news network, the concept of competition becomes a fairy tale told to keep the public quiet. They are the ultimate insider, and you are the exit liquidity. But BlackRock has one weakness, a black swan event they didn't program for. You see, Aladdin is built on historical data. It's a master of predicting the past and projecting it into the future. But it cannot account for a total break in the system, a moment where the math of the debt loop we've discussed finally shatters the social contract. Aladdin assumes that people will always act within the parameters of the digital cage. It cannot calculate the impact of a truly decentralized, outside-the-system movement. It cannot solve for an asset that it cannot control, censor, or seize. BlackRock is the ultimate expression of the centralized world. They want everything tokenized, everything tracked, and everything managed by their AI. They want you in their funds, in their ESG-compliant stocks, and eventually in their CBDC-controlled economy. They aren't just owning the world, they are renting it back to you at a premium. They are the architects of the "you will own nothing and be happy" future. But knowledge is the first step to opting out. Once you see the strings, you can stop being a puppet. They want you to think they are invincible because of their trillions. But trillions of paper dollars mean nothing when the trust in the paper itself evaporates. The real wealth isn't in their ledgers, it's in the hard assets and decentralized systems that they are desperately trying to co-opt. My name is the Bull. I don't follow the index, I follow the power. And right now, the power is concentrated in a way that should keep you awake at night. But don't be afraid. Be positioned. Like the video if you want me to show you which 3 stocks BlackRock is quietly dumping right now while telling you to hold. I'll see you in the next one. Stay vigilant, stay cold, and remember, the only way to win a rigged game is to stop playing by their rules.